Have you been bitten by a dog and you're scared? Hey, I've forgotten rabies. Hey, this dog might be rabies. Hey, this, hey, that. You're scared. What do you do? What's the first aid to give when being bitten by a dog? Or when you are close to someone who has been bitten by a dog? What do you do? First and foremost, calm down. Calm the person down. Rush to a running water. Take soap and wash off the surface of the bite. If it is bleeding, try and bleed the surface and wash it off with soap and running water. Soap and running water. Very important. Soap and running water. You can use a tap. You can use maybe a scoop to pour the water, to collect the water and pour. You understand? But it shouldn't be inside a stagnant water. It should be in a running water. Why? So that you wash off those. Rabies. Rabies virus is very unstable. It's very unstable when it comes in contact with soap chemicals. This chemical they use in preparing soap, they are powerful against rabies virus. So it deactivates under that condition. So the first line of action is to wash the bite site. Excuse me, is to wash the bite site with soap and water. That's the first aid to give. Then you cannot take the person to the nearby, hospital. Maybe primary health care or a government hospital or a private hospital. Then from there, they will not follow up. But then try and know the dog that beat that person or that beat you. Try and know the dog. If it is a dog in the neighborhood, get the vaccination history of that dog. Get the record history of that dog so that we will follow up. The hospital will have to contact a vet. Or the hospital will contact the owner of the dog and they will work with a vet to certify the history of that dog, and place the dog on monitoring. Very important. If you can't access a vet and if you can't get, the proper first aid and injections necessary, post exposure, anti rabies, and all that, it's important that you monitor this dog. If the dog is your neighbor's dog, if the dog is a stray dog, go and monitor that dog. I'm telling you, mark that dog so that if you hear tomorrow that that dog has died, you're in trouble. I'm not saying this to scare you, but I'm telling you, I'm trying to prepare you. If you hear that the dog that beat you 7 days ago has died, or the dog that beat you 4 days ago has died, you don't need to think twice. Start rushing to a primary health care immediately. Tell them you have been bitten by a dog and that dog is dead. What they will now do, they will now place you on post-exposure anti-rabies, either vaccination or treatment. It's very important. It is very, very important. Don't play with this. Don't play with this. But if the dog that beats you after 2 weeks is still active, nothing happened, don't bother. Yeah, don't bother. The bite is probably maybe due to aggression, due to fear, due to play. You may have provoked the dog in one way or the other, but you wouldn't know. Do you understand? I would have told you, or I would have asked you, how did the dog, what happened before the dog beat you? Was there any confrontation and all that? But you may not notice anything. Do you get? So that is very important. It is very important to monitor this dog. If the dog is not your dog, it's not your neighbor's dog, you are going somewhere on the road, a stray dog, my dear, monitor that dog. Now, let me tell you why you should monitor the dog. If a dog bites someone out of rabies manifestation, because a dog that has started manifesting rabies is prone to bite anybody, anything that moves. It can bite anything that moves. It's crazy. That's why it's called crazy animal disease. You get? So it bites anything that moves. Now, when a rabies manifestation gets to this stage of biting, or even the stage of manifestation on the list, just count 2 weeks, 14 days, that animal will die. Yes, the animal will not survive it. As long as the rabies has started manifesting, the animal will not survive it within 14 days. So it is very important that you monitor that dog. If that dog dies within 14 days, report immediately to a primary health care and also report to a vet. Now, what would the vet do? The vet will help you take samples from this dog and send to the lab to confirm if this dog is rabid. Number one, to confirm if this dog is rabid. Now, you are also helping the community, because if it's confirmed that this dog is rabid, the vet will now mobilize the team. They will come to the community and make an announcement. If you have been in contact with this animal, please avail yourself to so and so place so that you start treatment. Because the dog that beats you must have beaten someone else, or even the owners of this dog must have come in contact with the saliva of this dog, and this rabies virus is transmitted through fluid, most especially saliva. In fact, saliva, forget about fluid, saliva. So we'll make an announcement, and everybody that have been in contact with this dog within the space of 2 weeks from the day the dog died would come and start post-exposure anti-rabies vaccination and treatment. Yeah. So when next you get bitten by a dog, monitor the dog, follow the dog home. In fact, after receiving your first aid, go back and monitor that dog. Find somebody that knows the dog to help monitor the dog. It's very important to monitor that dog, because you may be receiving the normal, rabies treatment and all that, but the moment that dog dies, take your treatment serious. It's as simple as that. I'm not saying this to scare anybody, but I'm saying it to prepare you. Yes.